All right, follow up with the the reloaded MK2. I skipped some steps. I mean, there's no sense in me videoing sticking the chips in or a board in here. That's pretty basic. There's tons of video on that. But I think it looks good. I got it all set up. This thing is so easy, so simple to use to get the chips in. It's just very well made. I did run into an issue of I've got it hooked to this 1702 monitor with a 8-pin connector, the Chroma and Luma, and it would not work at first. It just gave me a white screen. I couldn't figure it out, and then I talked to a buddy of mine, and he said, "What did you update the firmware?" And I was like, "Duh, no, I didn't." So that fixed it. But what I wanted to do was walk through updating the firmware and the setup menus. And I've got another board here that needs to be set up also. To update the firmware, it's relatively simple. You just go to individual computers' website, and you can download the program, which is I can't remember what they call it. I'll look it up here. And just C64 Reloaded update tool. You'll just run this program. Okay, we gotta hook this up. Just a standard USB cable here, and the power cord. Let me grab the power cord. It's giving me an error because I don't have any chips in here, but hopefully we can flash the firmware on here. Okay, so it did recognize this COM8, so we're good. This is the current release here. We just select it, hit connect. This shows that there's no chips in there. It says unknown because there's no chips in there. And then all we need to do is program firmware. It's going to ask me to power cycle the board. I did it. And now, as you can see, it's updating the firmware. It's that simple. I wish I would have thought of that last night, because I was up for a little while trying to figure out how in the heck to get that thing to work on that 1702, which it's easy. I don't know what firmware's on here, or why I have to update it, but it works. So when you get one, just update the firmware to start off with. I think you'll save some headaches. So it only takes a few minutes to do it, and then once it's done, you can go into the setup menu, and I'll show you how that works. It's very simple also. You just need a terminal program running in your on your Windows computer here. And that's it, it's done. Of course, it's saying there's no chips because there is no chips. Okay, so we updated the firmware, and we want to look at the setup menu. Just terminal program. You can use whatever you want to use. I use this one they recommended on their website. Where did I put it? I think it's still here. Yeah, this TerraTerm. So the easiest thing to do is go ahead and open up the term program, and then we got to get the right settings. You hit setup, serial port. It's on COM8, 19200 speed, 8-bit non, 1-bit non. That's the settings. Hit OK. Now it's waiting. All you need to do is power cycle the board again, and then when you do, pops up ready to go. Hit enter, and here's all your configurations. I'm getting an error message because there's no chips in there. So what I'll do is I'll disconnect this one, and I'll hook up the other one so we won't get the error messages, and we can look at all the settings real quick. The cool thing is it reaches nice and easy, and you can still hook up to the USB while it's in the case and everything, which makes it nice and easy. It's right here next to the cassette port. It's right here. You just connect it right in. Alright, I'm gonna fire it up. And over here, we'll look at the settings again. Okay, now this thing is loaded with options. You got your audio settings to set up your dual SID. You can have a stereo, mono, either side, one chip at a time. You know, it's loaded with things you can do. You got all these other ones, but the one I want to go to right now is the upload ROMs. You can upload up to 3 different kernels, and then a character ROM, and then an extra image. I've got Jiffy DOS in 1 and 2, and then you got, of course, your normal one in there. Where did I put it? I don't remember. But anyway, I run Jiffy DOS all the time, so it doesn't matter. But I'll show you how easy it is. You just choose where you want to upload the ROM to. We'll do 3. Okay, now you do this by transfer, just like you would over a bulletin board system, really. You've got a file, transfer, X modem, that's the only one you can use, and then send. And then you're going to choose your file, your Jiffy DOS file. So I've got to go to my, where's that? Right here. I'm just going to load in a stock Jiffy DOS file. And that's it. It'll start uploading it. And then you choose from this menu which one you want to use. It uploads it pretty fast. I mean, it's only 8 kilobytes. And that's it. It's done. So to choose it, you would go down to the M, select M for memory and ROM selection, of course, and K for the kernel ROM, and then you would choose which slot you want to use it from. This is where you choose the default one, which is the normal, regular, original ROM, and then Jiffy DOS in these. I've already got this one set up for number 2, and that's pretty much it. You're ready to go. You can pop in your custom. I mean, here you can change with T. You can change your 50 and 60 hertz according to what chip you have. It's also got auto select, so it can do it on its own, or you can force it to choose. This thing is just really nice. When you get it, I suggest just going through, playing with the menu, checking everything out really good. Yeah, that's it. It's that simple. And go over here, you can see I installed a blue LED in my reloaded setup there. And I also installed a custom Jiffy DOS ROM that just, Commodore Forever with the reloaded MK2. Nothing spectacular, but still, it makes it look cool. But anyway, that's it. I haven't done a whole lot of testing with programs and different drives and super CPU and all that stuff. That stuff will come later. Those videos will come later. I know someone is having an issue getting with the user port Wi-Fi modem. They can't get 9600 baud to work. I'm gonna mess around with that and see if I can figure out what's going on with that. So hopefully, we'll be able to resolve that issue. But anyway, that's it for right now.